Hey, Tony Gasson here, popping in. Now, listen to me. We on a series this here week, and we talking about preparation and also execution in a relationship. And I have an ebook on it here soon, but working on a book, ghostwriting a book for a client right now. And then right after that, I'll pump out my ebook for you, just so you can have it in writing, read through it, have it download it, email it to your friends and family or what have you. But I want you to realize this and understand about a real man because there are nuances to it, but there's some non negotiables. And I think a lot of men don't know what a real man is. And a lot of women don't know what a real man is. And the number one thing of being a man is accepting 100% responsibility for your life. If a man blames his mother or his father or his ex lover or the government or another race or religion for his life, he has not become a man. If a man is living in victimhood, in anger, in resentment, in bitterness, he has not become a man. And I believe a lot of men don't realize that. One of the examples I will give is the newfound Hebrew Israelites. I've met one, and what I found was in the one I met was a lack of accountability, a lack of reality, a lack of self-worth, inflated sense of self, and a confusion between confidence and arrogance. Now, in addition to that, I have coached, I think, 2 or 3 women who were with a Hebrew Israelite, a black man who says he is a Hebrew Israelite. And in all of those women who do not know each other, they said the same thing, that it was the absolute worst experience of their life. Now, what this comes from is men searching for identity, searching for belonging, searching for meaning. And a lot of times what propels them to that is anger, fear, frustration, abandonment. It was the same reason there was a huge exodus from Christianity to the Nation of Islam amongst black men. And the same reason they do that now. It's really because they're angry. Jesus Christ never did anything to hurt them. All Jesus did was try to save them. All Jesus did was die on the cross and was rose again for their sins. But they took offense with Jesus Christ because white Americans painted him with blonde hair and blue eyes. And those white Americans weaponized Jesus Christ for and used him and the Bible to justify slavery, Jim Crow laws, redlining, gentrification, systemic racism, and everything else. And instead of these black men reading the Holy Bible and reading the life of Christ and reading that Jesus Christ never stepped foot in America, never knew a white American, never seen one, never talked to one. Instead of them looking at the color of the people where Jesus was walking and healing and serving, and the history of those people and who those people were, these black men, one of them, D.L. Hughley, said it out of his mouth. He said, the same people who gave you the N-word are the same people who gave you Christianity. When Christianity was in Africa before black people were in America. Read a history book. And so that is not manhood. When you operate out of anger, you operate out of fear, you operate out of misinformation, you operate out of rebellion. A man does not point the blame. A man accepts full responsibility, knowing that his life will become a product of his adult decisions, and that he can write his life or rewrite his life based on making good decisions. That is what a man is. That is what a man does. A man operates from love and from strength and from confidence. Strength does not mean domination of a woman, man, or child. Confidence does not mean arrogance and feeling like you are better than anyone else. Responsibility, accepting responsibility, emotional intelligence, all of these things play into this. So when you see a man who bashes women, he blames women, he's angry with women, it's always about the woman. Check the woman. The woman is a scammer. The woman is a cheater. The woman is a manipulator. The woman is a deceiver. The woman is conniving. The woman this, the woman that, the woman that, the woman that. This is what the energy that we feel from certain segments online, like what they call the red pill community. Then you have the MGTOW, MGTOW, men going their own way. It's like, why would you want to go away from a woman if you're heterosexual? A man does not use a woman, dump his semen into her, and leave her. You are a boy. And not only are you a boy when living that life, that's the life I used to live. And when I was a womanizer, meaning sleeping with multiple women in a week, multiple women in a day, guess what I also was? I was insecure. I was lost. I was a punk. I was a boy. I was afraid of life, afraid of the real world, afraid of the future, afraid of failure. And I was using women to feel like more of a man. I was using women because that was the only thing that I knew how to get. I didn't know how to get money. I didn't know how to get success. I didn't know how to get true discipline, true focus, true intentionality. I didn't know how to do it. Now I'm going to tell you another aspect of manhood is adaptability. See, when I was single, I couldn't just be single. So I wasn't a man. When I got married, I learned how to be married and just be married. But at first, I didn't know how to be married and be healthy. See, the key to a real man is he knows how to adapt. He knows how to adjust. He knows how to coexist. He knows how to survive. A man is about survival because a man is the hunter. A man is the protector. So if a man is a crash out, meaning if he runs from out of safety when he hears a rustling noise and he runs out of safety and he screams, and now the enemy who is getting ready to conquer the land hears this screaming man who is moving because of fear of an animal that he has dominion over. So now you take that picture, which is from primal existence, and then you bring that into today. And you put that in a marriage and you put that into a house. And what you have is a man who gets uncomfortable in his marriage, and he goes out and he spills all of his emotions to his female coworker. And now you have this male who is bad-mouthing his wife, because instead of sitting down and communicating with his wife, he goes and talks about her instead of talking to her. So now this weak man, in the literal sense of the word, not derogatory, this weak man, this insecure man, this ignorant man, this broken man, this confused man, whatever he is, in the literal sense of the word, not derogatory slang or terms, like read the definition. He now becomes susceptible to attack. So I was talking about the physical of like us protecting our land, but now I'm talking about the spiritual, us protecting our land. So if you dealing in your relationship or with your family and you become rattled and you go out and you spill the beans to the wrong person or in the wrong way, now you become susceptible to spiritual attack. So now under spiritual attack, you will be attacked by a vice. And that vice will be either another human. For some men, it's women. For some men, it's men, unfortunately. For some men, it's sport, like golfing and ignoring his wife and kids, or whatever sport. For some men, it's gambling. For some men, it's smoking. For some men, it's drinking. For some men, it's porn. And what the man is doing, and I want you to kind of picture this and think about this. And this one, I'm going to do one on what's a real woman too, but that's from a male perspective, so it's not going to be as deep. It's going to be from a male perspective. But me being a man, I am a man, so I live, breathe this. I know what it feels like. But I want you to think about this. It's kind of like, think about like levels, like, or you could think about like frequencies, like, you know, that, what is that machine, that EKG machine or whatever it is in the hospital, and you're hooked up and it's doing like this, and you see the line doing like this, and then guess what? When something happens, when some type of stimuli or something happens, it either spikes or it'll flatline, or it'll start to flatline. So I want you to think about it like that right there. Boo, 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 boo. All that right there happening. And then life happens. So life happens. And it could be anything. It could be argument, disagreement with the wife. It could be sickness with the child. It could be bad behavior with the child. It could be the work-related stress. It could be another woman. It could be something happens. Life happens. Mom dies. Dad dies. Brother dies. Best friend dies. Son dies. Daughter dies. Wife dies. Something happens, and that thing go to going haywire. Them levels go to changing, and now here's what manhood is, and this is something that we forever working on. Manhood is stabilization. Manhood is being able to go within internally, to center yourself, to focus, to meditate, to pray, to connect with yourself, and to connect with your Creator, to create equilibrium, homeostasis, constant, consistency. You see it right now? That's why I made this shirt. This shirt not even for sale. I made 12 of these for myself. When I'm doing something like this right here, I'm putting in all this work right here for my audience, for my family. I'm shooting all these videos in one day, back to back to back to back, back to back to back to back. It's draining me. It's gonna drain me. I'm tired. But guess what? I gotta feed my people. I gotta feed my family. I gotta live my purpose. So I can't complain. I got to do the work. It's about emotional intelligence. It's about consistency. It's about dedication. It's about focus. And guess what? Guess what I'm on this week? What I'm on this week right here, leading up into my vacation, because my vacation, I'm going to relax. No sugar, no alcohol. You know, red wine, white wine, that's alcohol. We're allowed to drink, but you're not allowed to get drunk. But see, what that drink is, though, what that alcohol is artificial stabilization. So when we become dependent upon it, so if I had to drink all this week, that would mean I'm an addict. That would mean I'm dependent upon it. And so what you have to realize, a real man can have internal stability. He stabilizes from within. Anytime we need something external to stabilize us emotionally, we are not operating in true manhood. It's not a all or nothing. So a man could be a man in 9 areas out of 10 and still be a man. He's just not a full man. He's just not all the way at his highest self, at his fullest form of manhood. See, to truly be a man, you go within instead of without. You don't go outwardly, you go inwardly, and you heal from within. And see, that's what a fast does. See, what a fast does is it heals you internally. It allows your body to completely process. So like right now, I'm probably 15 hours fasted or something like that. No, I might be 14 hours fasted, because I think when I got that steak and brought it home, it could have been by 8 or 9 o'clock, which is too late to eat, but we stayed up. So I was still up another 3 hours before bed. So my food digested. And I only had a steak. I didn't have carbs. I also didn't have any sugar. So I just had steak. I'm blood type O, so my body can properly break down red meat. Everybody's body can't do that. Mind your business, touch your nose. And so my body is fueled off of red meat. Everybody's body ain't like that. That's why you got to know your blood type. And that's why you got to know what you need, not what somebody else need. Touch your nose. And so a man, when he heals from within, he's fasting. Whether that's fasting from social media, fasting from other people, fasting from alcohol, fasting from marijuana, nicotine, tobacco, fasting from porn, fasting from sugar, fasting from television, from sports, from gambling, from masturbation, from sex, whatever it is. He starts to heal internally, meaning spiritually. So the same way a literal fast from food heals the body. And if you after this video Google what happens when you fast? What happens when you fast for 72 hours? What happens when you fast for 90 hours? What happens if you fast for 7 days? Like, Google that. And you're going to see doctors. You want to look at the doctors. They not always right either. They don't know everything. They not God. They guessing about how the body works. Nobody fully knows how the body works exactly. We can't put into words what God did. But listen, I used to have chronic back pain. I was in England with my son. I didn't want to come home overweight because we had been eating sloppy. We was over there eating all kind of fried chicken and stuff and everything. We were eating good. And I ain't want to come home overweight. I did a 3-day water fast. And then the next week, I did a 3-day dry fast. When I tell you I had chronic back pain since like 2016, I ain't had chronic back pain since. I have not had chronic back pain since I did them 2 fasts. It also cured me from caffeine, like caffeine headaches, like needing caffeine every day. It cured me from that. And as I studied it, I learned that at 72 hours, your body starts to create stem cells. And them stem cells start to attack areas of pain. And it starts to heal those areas of pain. Man, what God did is, come on now. What God did. And see, this is what's happening in our society with men and why our society is in the dumps. Because men are doing a few things. Men are blaming everyone but themselves. They blaming women. They blaming the white man or blaming the black man. Blaming their mama or their daddy or their job, the economy, blaming everything else instead of looking within and saying, what can I do? What power do I have? What choices can I make? I make over $1 million a year doing what you see me doing. I make over $1 million a year. Every man in the entire world wants to make $1 million or more a year. And I have been doing it year after year after year. And I'm going to tell you how I did it. I became a man. I connected with God, who is the Father of Jesus Christ. That's who I connected with. And then I accepted 100% responsibility for my life. I stopped being mad with my parents. I stopped being mad with women. I stopped being mad with the white man. And I went within. And I healed internally, spiritually and physically. And when I get weak, You know what I do? When I get weak, I tell myself, man, I need a drink. But what I realize about manhood is manhood does not have crutches. If you have a crutch, if you have a vice, you're not operating in true manhood. If what you're doing that is not a necessity for life, but it's a necessity for you, that is a crutch and or a vice, and that is not manhood. If you have to smoke every day, you're not operating as a true man. If you have to, it ain't about you want to. And if you say you only do it because you want to, then go a week without doing it. And then see if you doing it because you want to. That right there what's gonna get you now. See, I'm going this whole week. No alcohol. And, you know, sometimes you get that little alcohol. You go, if it's whiskey or bourbon, you feeling like a man. If it wine, you swear you feeling posh. Listen. So now, this right here, this fast from it, let me know that I don't need it. Let me know I feel better without it. Let me know I sleep better without it. Let me know I'm still living and doing fine. So I realized that if I needed a drink or something like that, that's weakness in the mind. That's weakness in the body. That's a crutch. So you got to be able to break that. So whenever I feel myself losing myself, I'm losing my wits, I'm ready to get angry, I'm ready to get mad, I fast. And it may not be from everything. It may just be from food. And I'm still drinking water. Still on social media, still on TV, Instagram, whatever. Just be food. Let my body just purge. Let my body purge. What you realize, your body only going to use the bathroom. Now you're going to pee. You're going to keep peeing. Because your body make its own water. So you're going to still have to pee. And you're going to start peeing out toxins. Like day 2 or whatever, you're going to start peeing out toxins. That pee going to be yellow. You're going to start peeing and it might get dark yellow. You peeing out toxins. And your body converting bad cells, unhealthy cells, is killing it and turning it into energy. And it's a beautiful process. That fasting is a beautiful process. And you feel it. And when I told people about a dry fast, every single person I've told about a dry fast, like no food, no water. Now, a real dry fast is not even brushing your teeth or taking a shower. I don't go that far now. So they call it a soft dry fast when you brush your teeth and you shower, because your body absorb that water when you shower. It absorbs some of that. And when you brushing your teeth, your mouth, your salivary glands, you're going to absorb some of that water. And that toothpaste got a lot of toxins in it. That toothpaste got a lot of stuff in it if you ain't got that pure, all the way pure, like powder toothpaste or whatever. So it got a lot of toxins. So that still kind of break your fast to a degree. It throw things off. And so we don't realize that because your body don't know. It think it's food, what you tasting. And so it start them all the stuff that as if you was eating. But that fast will make you a man, because you will be rid of all addiction when you fast. You're going to learn, and whatever you need to fast from, go in the dark and go to war with yourself and come out victorious. Now, if you're a man watching this, or if you're a woman watching this and you got access to men, make sure you get my audio book, War. Because what I just talked about, it's on iTunes and it might be on Google Play now. What I just talked about is war. Wisdom after rebellion. Go get that. Every single person watching this, I need to see next week If I had 1,000 views on this video, I need to see next week. It showed me I had 1,000 streams. You could stream it or you could download it, like buy it. But go get that WAR, WAR. Type in WAR, WAR Tony Gaskins, and it should come up. Or W.A.R. Tony Gaskins, and it should come up on iTunes, or it might be Google Play. I'm about to text my homeboy right now who got an Android and ask him if WAR is on Google Play. But hey, y'all let me know. God bless you. All the important links is in the description, so make sure. I'm on a video marathon today because I'm gonna be relaxing and resting and fasting from social media, fasting from text message. People will get to see what it's like if Tony Gaskins is not here. Not y'all on YouTube, because you get my videos, and then even when the Lord called me home, whoever run my YouTube page, whatever grandchild or great grand, they still will be able to repurpose my videos over and over and over and earn from that. So I need to put this in a trust. And also, but everybody who texts me, who lean on me, who withdraw from me, who reach out to me, for them 7 nights and 8 days, they gonna get to see what it's like not to have Tony Gaskins, not to be able to reach Tony Gaskins Jr. And that right there, it's gonna help me have an appreciation for God, for nature, for life, and it's gonna help them have appreciation. And I think that every one of us need to do that sometime. Just get away. Could you imagine? Could you imagine going away for 40 days? Could you imagine that? That's what Jesus did. That's what John the Baptist did. Go away for 40 days and nobody could reach you. Now, they didn't have children, so it was different. They didn't have children, and they didn't have wives, so it was different. But could you imagine? They still had people who knew them and wanted and would walk up to their house or go talk to them. But could you imagine being going? And one day I'm gonna do it. One day I'm gonna do it. It'll be wrong. I can't do it right now because I got a wife and child. That's what the Bible say. When you marry, you got to tend to the things of the world, because anything can happen in them 40 days. But see, when you not married with no kids, you supposed to tend to the things of God. And if you're not doing that, you failing in your single life. If you're not tending to your purpose and God's purpose, not just your desires and what you want to do, but what God called you to do. It is Tony Gaskins. God bless you. Coupon code in the description. YouTube, 30% off all courses on Tony Gaskins Academy. God bless you. We'll talk soon. Oh, and also, thank you so much for the support of Tony Gaskins Family Foundation. Every time, if I go check my email, I see somebody gave $5, $25. Sometimes I see somebody gave $100, $250. I want to say thank you. I keep the link in the description. I posted to the Blessed Tribe the other day, talking about, well, I actually posted today, but on this video it's the other day, about the messages that I get from people for help, and me trying to figure out a system, a situation, or a way that I can help people. But God bless you. We'll talk soon.